Ladies and gentlemen, now on stage for Amateur Hour at O'Malley's Comedy Club, Peter Lichtman.
Thank you. I have some jokes, Irish jokes, and I'm going to tell them to you now. Okay, two Irishmen are sitting in a small town bar where Mick bragged to Sean, you know, I had me every woman in this town, except of course, me mother and me sister. Well, Sean replied, between you and me, we got 'em all. Sean goes into a confessional box and says, bless me, Father, for I have sinned. I have been with a loose woman. The priest says, is that you, Sean? Yes, Father, it is I. Who was the woman you were with? I cannot tell you, for I do not wish to sully her reputation. The priest asks, was it Brenda O'Malley? No, Father. Was it Fiona MacDonald? No, Father. Was it Anne Brown? No, Father, I cannot tell you. The priest says, I admire your perseverance, but you must atone for your sins. Your penance will be 5 Our Fathers and 4 Hail Marys. Sean goes back to his pew, and his buddy Mike slides over and asks, what happened? Sean replies, I got 5 Our Fathers, 4 Hail Marys, and 3 good leads. Did you hear about the 2 Irish gay men, Michael Fitzpatrick and Patrick Fitzmichael? It was Friday evening, and having just been paid, Seamus and Murphy were trying to decide where to go that night. I know, says Murphy, there's a great club in town we ought to try. What's it like? Asks Seamus. Murphy answers, well, you go into the club, up to the bar where they give you a free drink. Then you go upstairs for a free shag. Then you go back to the bar and have another free drink. After 20 minutes, you go back upstairs for another shag. After this, you go back to the bar for another free drink. Then go upstairs and have another free shag. After this, you go downstairs, have another free drink, and leave. On the way out, they give you 100 quid and you go home. Saints be praised, said Seamus. That sounds great. Have you been there before? No, says Murphy, but me sister has. Aer Lingus, that's the Irish national airline for all you people who aren't travel experts like me. Recently introduced a special half fare for wives who accompanied their husbands on business trips. Expecting valuable testimonials, the PR department sent out letters to all the wives of businessmen who had used the special rates, asking how they enjoyed their trip. Letters are still pouring in, asking what trip. An Irish man went to his first American baseball game. As the first batter made a hit, fans jumped up yelling, run, run. The Irish man jumped up as well, yelling, run, laddie, run, laddie. The next batter got up and made his hit. The fans again cheered, run, run. The Irish man jumped up yelling, run, laddie, run, laddie. The third batter got up, got ball 1, ball 2, ball 3, ball 4. The umpire yelled, take your base. The batter jogged toward the base. The Irish man jumped up and yelled, run, laddie, run, laddie. Another fan looked at him and said, he does not need to run. He has 4 balls. The Irish man's jaw dropped and turned and said, walk with pride, mun, walk with pride. A son and father went to see a doctor since the father was getting very ill. The doctor told the father and son that the father was dying from cancer. The father, who was an Irishman, turned to his son and said, son, even on this gloomy day, it's our tradition to drink to health as it is in death. So let's go to the pub and celebrate my demise. Reluctantly, the son followed his father to the local pub. There, while enjoying their ale, the father saw some old friends and told them he was dying from AIDS. Shocked, the son turned to his father and said, Father, it is not AIDS you are dying from, it is cancer. Why did you lie to those men? The father replied, I, my son, you are right, but I don't want those fellas fucking your mom when I'm gone. An Englishman, a Scotsman, and and Irishmen are all to give speeches to the Deaf Society. All are keen to make an impression on their audience. The Englishman goes first, and to the surprise of his colleagues, starts by rubbing first his chest and then his groin. When he finished, the Scotsman and Irishman asked him what he was doing. Well, he explained, by rubbing my chest, I indicated breasts and thus ladies, and by rubbing my groin, I indicated balls and thus gentlemen. So my speech started, ladies and gentlemen. On his way up to the podium, the Scotsman thought to himself, I'll go one better than that English bastard, and started his speech by making an antler symbol with his fingers above his head, before also rubbing his chest and his groin. When he finished, his colleagues asked what he was doing. Well, he explained, by imitating antlers and then rubbing my chest and groin, I was starting my speech by saying, dear ladies and gentlemen. On his way up to the podium, the Irishman thought to himself, I'll go one further than those mainland bastards, and started his speech by making an antler symbol above his head, rubbing his chest and then his groin, and then masturbating furiously. When he finished, his colleagues asked him what he was doing. Well, he explained, by imitating antlers, rubbing my chest and then my groin, and then masturbating, I was starting my speech by saying, dear ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure. Mahoney said to his friend Seamus, I haven't been feeling meself lately. 'Tis a good thing, too. That was a nasty habit you had, responded Seamus. An Irishman walks out of a pub in Boston, stumbling back and forth with a key in his hand. A cop on the beat sees him and approaches. Can I help you? Yes, somebody stole me car, the Irishman replies. The cop asks, well now, where was your car the last time you saw it? It was at the end of this key. About this time, the cop looks down to see that the Irishman's member is being exhibited for all to see. He then asks, are you aware that you are exposing yourself? The Irishman looks down woefully and moans, oh, God, they got me girlfriend too.
Ladies and gentlemen, Peter Lichtman. That's all for tonight. Thanks for coming to O'Malley's Comedy Club, and have a happy St. Patrick's Day.